Good Wednesday morning. Hump day. The best day of your life. Good morning, Hot Rod. JP, the coach, is in. Good morning to you, sir. Nick Green, good morning. Tracy Miller, good morning. Mando Gwynn, Daniel Smith, Timmy Wiggins, good morning to each of you. Renee Johnson, good morning. Jesse James, good morning, Jesse James. Heather Godwin, good morning. Jordan Rowland, Kathy Tolan, good morning to you. Raj is in. Good morning, Raj. Colonel Whitman, good morning, sir. Mary Blair, good morning. Martin Sharks in. Good morning to you. Carl Stinson, Jennifer Parker, good morning. Miss James, good morning, Miss James. Amanda Henry's in. Good morning. Elena Folsom, good morning to you. Elisa Finley Hart, good morning. Wanda Green is in. Sandra Robertson, Brenda Kern, Marvin Henry, good morning to each of you. BC, one of my guys, good morning, BC. Matt Hodge, good morning. I'll see you a little bit later on the hard court. The Rock's in. Good morning, Rock. Dwayne King, Booker, good morning, Booker. Waylon Peavy, Tony Burnham, good morning, Patches.
Patches.
O'Clack's in. Good morning to you, sir. MC, good morning. Come on, man. Lisa Tyndall, good morning. Good morning, Kenwood, and good morning, Jerry Halsey.
Good morning.
Back again.
Yeah.
The Sultan
Tell
of
you what,
Slim.
man.
Look at here. Young blood.
There he is.
There he is.
We were just talking about him.
Young blood.
T-Young.
Hadn't seen him.
Asking how he was doing.
Glad you're back in.
Jump
Morning,
the
Trevor.
devil. We've heard that term a time or two, haven't we all? I'll tell you what, I'm of the mind and the opinion to just let y'all have this, and you and Halsey can do this, and I'll just go over there. And
No, sir.
I'd like to watch for once.
Somebody's got to keep that little screen going over there.
Well, I mean, it's going now. I can just go over there and sit and watch y'all. So, anyway, Hump gets bigger every week. There's no doubt.
Good morning, Ashley Morris. DJ Hodge is in. Good morning to you, sir. Ron Kennedy.
So, have we talked Halsey into being on the payroll, which is zero, by the way. But
I love it.
Come in 4 or 5 days a week.
With a promise that I'll pay you double. For
Yeah. Listen, I mean, quadruple time of zero is zero, right?
0 times 0.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, but think about it. We've talked about this. No inventory involved. I mean, you ain't got a pile of money tied up in it. It's just showing up.
I love it.
Just your time. As you probably listened and heard, DJ was so enthralled by some of the terms that you used in here the other day when you were here.
He went home and checked them.
Yeah, he went.
I did.
He went to Google.
I Googled.
He went to Google and Googled
Most
a lot of
of
that
them were
stuff
real.
up.
Most of them were real words. Good morning, Michelle Rogers.
Hot Rod wants to know what happened to the girl.
Good morning, Lee Jordan. Abby Roberts, good morning to you. Chef Adam, good morning. Ricky Thomas. Good
Morning, Raj.
sir.
I don't know how DJ missed it, but good morning, Nelly.
There she is. She's still here. She keeps a watchful eye over Studio C, and things and the people in it. How about that?
I see the scroller.
How about that?
You said it was coming back.
Yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. It's got everybody's birthday in it from all this week.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody.
Nice.
I went
Very
through.
nice.
Yeah, it's got everybody's birthdays, and it's got what I could remember was coming up for the rest of the week, and that's about all I can say. I can't remember the rest. I couldn't remember anything else.
Was that like a remind thing for you?
Well, I mean, it's just people. If they happen to go back and, watch a show later or something and they catch bits and pieces of it, they see that scrolling across the bottom, I mean,
got you.
Don't get me wrong, we still need to say happy birthday, but I'm saying that's saying it to everybody all week long.
Oh, I see it. It's on your page.
Oh, you're interrupted. Here. Go, you get a Wi-Fi on?
Probably. Unless my daughter's been jacking
No,
with it.
it's not. That's probably why. Put it on and I'll type it in for you. You can.
Raj called you out.
It is.
Said his last name spelled wrong on the scroller.
Well, is it not P-A-R-M-E-R?
M-A-R.
M-A-R.
Okay, well, that's why it's wrong, Raj.
And here come the birthdays. I like that. That's nice work, Kenwood.
Come on, man.
Nice work, Kenwood.
You got to give a brother credit. I mean, let's be honest. I was out here late last night trying to do something, didn't get finished with that, and anyway, I'm surprised nothing else spelled wrong, but it'll be fixed tonight,
good.
Raj.
I like it. Good morning, Wanda.
Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of that. Yes. How about that? You want to share the Wi-Fi password? Yes, I do.
Heck yeah.
Have you ever seen that come up?
Uh-uh.
I've never seen that pop up. Come up and said, when I was typing in the password to Halsey's thing, it said, do you want to share the Wi-Fi password? I said, yes, I do.
How about that? So I can just go back to the.
Yeah, and it just put it in your deal. So, like, X out of that and then go back into it. Like, I think maybe that's, let's see. So.
There we go.
Yeah, it's just got to catch up.
That's
all.
That's it. That's it.
There you go.
I'm live.
Yeah, there you go. So, anyway, I'll get it right, Raj. I'll take care of that tonight. Yeah, it's a propaganda banner. That's what it is.
Good morning, Aunt B.
We're going to if y'all think so, let's make Jennings Park great again. Let's build us a fence around all of Jennings Park down there. Only reason I'm saying that is it seems like they're lighting that place up pretty good. Yeah. I mean, are they putting lights in little by little, or how's that working? Because like I rode by there last night, and I mean, I'm not going to say it was lit up like a football stadium, but I mean it was pretty lit up as far as the track goes. The walking track goes.
Connie ought to be able to comment about that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if they were. It looks to me like they've put lights in over the last 3 or 4 months because it seems to be more lit up on, I guess, where you park and walk into the track going down.
I'm gonna put y'all on the spot. If either one of y'all walked that,
I have, yes.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It.
He ran it with a bunch of mud all over him. Didn't that run through there?
Through the backside of it. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I remember that. I was out there.
You sure
encouraging you?
You did.
Hey, are they? You're kind of tied in on stuff here, Halsey. Why don't you get them to build us a swinging bridge back across Burnt Corn again? And I thought they were going to like tie all that in together. Where
From what I understand, they're supposed to be. It's like this is from last year. Now it was 1 point something miles. And they're going to try to connect about 3 miles, have a total of about 3 miles. And again, Connie knows more about that than I do.
Sure. But, I love that place down there. I mean that whole area.
It's nice.
It is. I mean, it really is.
Yep.
I have not had a chance to go into E.O. Wilson and walk around I don't know how much walking around you can do. I mean, there may not be.
Pretty fair amount.
You can. Okay. Well, I have not had a chance to. I mean, I've walked some, but
when we did on the mud run last year, that's where my station was.
Okay,
and I mean trails had go in every direction.
I encourage everybody at least once to go get in the mud sucker somewhere there between O'Bannon and E.O. Wilson.
Could you find it again if you had to?
I wouldn't even try.
You wouldn't want to.
You talking about something that just demoralizes you? I mean, with rough. Each step. I mean, it was brutal. You would kind of get to a corner, you say, okay, I'm fixing to get out of this mess. Then you get to the corner, you look, and it's another long straightaway, and then another corner. But that was demoralizing. Terrible. Did you see that part of it?
I didn't. No, I stayed at my station. So
I mean, you talk about using things as a deterrent. Whether it's jail or probation or whatever. Just make somebody stand and put somebody in the middle of a 10-acre field of that. It's okay. You're here for the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll get you back in line quick.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I was on the high bank. You had a rope climb coming
up.
It was really just about halfway. I was the halfway point. And for that, a lot of people, it was the quitting point. I mean, because they were slap out when they got to me, and they had to come out of the water and with a rope and climb up that sandy bank. And a lot of folks just couldn't do it. I mean, they were exhausted at that point, but.
Was it fair to say that's where you saw me catch my second wind? I mean, I thought I thrived in that particular part of the course.
You did good.
I came right on up and out.
You did.
I mean, I'm still. I was still the one. If everybody wants to remember, standing over there, not knowing what was happening, when I turned around and look, and the police is toting you and T-Bone out.
He's around,
and the next thing you know, the fastest man that I know shows up to take his place, named JoJo Luttrell, to take Burnham's place. Not his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Burnham sent JoJo Luttrell to take his place.
Designated runner.
Yeah. I mean, only 0 to 60 in about 2.2 seconds, maybe.
Gets there pretty quick.
I mean, he didn't even touch the water of the first obstacle where y'all was lined up at.
Yeah.
He didn't touch. When the gun went off, he was standing on the hill on the other side. Rob just went head first. Rob stood in for DJ. And Rob went head first into the obstacle, and JoJo just said, bloop, and just went right over.
I didn't get to see the race because I saw it afterwards, but because I was still at my station. There was a guy, and you know these people that chase these runs
Good
around.
morning
the
there,
5Ks?
Peavy. Rhett Joyner, good morning,
He came
Retro.
through twice.
There's Connie B in. He did what now?
He came through twice. He won. He came in first place, and he was wearing these.
He lapped everybody?
Oh yeah, he ran it the first time, and all he was wearing a pair of running shoes, no socks, and running shorts, and blew past me. The closest person behind him was a minute probably, and about 2/3 of the way through the entire race, Cuz comes by me again.
Wow.
Checking out.
That's doing it.
That's doing it. Yeah.
Good morning, Deacon.
Hey, sit up on the mic a little bit more
Okay.
there, Halsey. Yeah, if you don't mind. There you go. Plus, it makes you look bigger.
Did y'all see the recognition last night at Terry Miller High School?
Mm-mm.
There was a 10-year anniversary of one of the state championship teams at T.R. Miller. So they brought the ladies back from the 2009 team that won it, and they recognized them at the basketball game last night. Coach Baker was there with a proclamation from the state recognizing them, and also recognized Coach Jackson. Last night was his 755th win.
That's strong.
Golly, that's got to be some kind of record.
Let me-
by far.
I'm going to try to put this to where you can really see the picture. Most teams play 25 to 30 regular season games a year. So if you went 30-0 for 20 years in a row, basically undefeated 20 years in a row, you're still 155 away from that number.
Wow.
So he has certainly stood the test of time, and of course had a lot of success in each of those individual years. But 755 is a big number.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, obviously, what he's doing works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a big
That
number.
is a big, huge number. Has all his time been spent mostly at Miller?
He was at Keith. I think he was at Monroeville before he came to T.R. Miller for just a couple of years. But of course, he came here coaching the boys varsity, and then transitioned into the girls only. But 755 wins.
That's strong.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
I don't know where that ranks in terms of state numbers, but it's
Well,
got to be up there close.
I would think so.
Good morning, Coach Shell. D. Powell.
What's up, D?
I think D might be down hunting those four-legged critters.
D is here until May.
Really?
May. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. He says he's
like
just
that.
Listen.
come home to enjoy life a little bit.
What happened to us hooking up on the program he hooked up on? I mean, we were all kind of like
I don't know.
falling right there behind D's footsteps, and somewhere along the way we fell off the trailer, didn't
Joker
we?
went to the West Coast. found a cherry tree farm out there. And,
I mean, something happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, but good gracious. I'll tell you what, man. Go ahead, D, with your bad self. 6 foot, what?
A lot.
2, 3
A bunch.
of bad attitude.
Can we tell night hunting stories on here and not getting?
Oh, I've told the one about him up there in the demo up there on the Brooklyn Road. And
right after he had his broke back, and he was
dude-
hiding in the hole.
and the dude bailed out and went through the reserve.
That's it.
I told that story.
Yeah.
I want to tell you an encounter that I had with Mr. Green Jeans during hunting season. Of course, game wardens wear green. I had
You've been checked this year.
Oh no, this was years ago.
Oh.
This was years ago, and I'd heard bits and pieces at different camps of how people were influencing deer to come into their food plots.
No.
So I said, I'll tell you what,
Stuff like that don't happen.
I'll give it a shot. I didn't really understand the technique to it or understood how they were doing it. I just heard they were bringing it attracted in and having some success. So I had a little hunting lease up there in Connecticut County, about 200 acres, had 2 food plots. I load me up some attractant, and I go up there, and I measure it out. I go 75 yards from the shooting house, and I proceed to put out what was equivalent to the yellow brick road. Right across the food plot, it's a yard wide,
3 inches deep.
I go out there, and I doctor up both food plots the same way, 75 yards away. And there was a big 55-gallon drum under my shooting house. I just put the empty bags. I mean, it's just, I look back on it now, and I'm trying to figure out what was going through my mind that led me to believe that was going to be okay. Well, anyway, I let it sit for 3 days. I go up there on the 4th day, and I get in, and I've been sitting in my shooting house for about 15 minutes, and I hear, and I went, my God. And I opened the door, and there's Mr. Green Jeans with one of his friends.
Did you say, come in?
I went,
Was he? Did he follow your yellow brick road?
They had flown and seen it.
Oh,
I mean, it was just
from space.
From space. One of the Russian satellites. And so, hey, it's none of our business. But by the way, you got somebody up there really doing it wrong. Well, anyway, I was getting out. I was talking to him, and I said,
much of it we can see the M on the corn.
I said, you're not going to believe this, but this is the first time I've ever done this. And he says, oh, we believe you.
Yeah.
He said,
Officer, I've never sped before.
He said, oh, we believe you. Nobody does it like this. And he gave me a friend's name, and I won't use it here, but he gave me a friend's name of who I should consult with and said, he'll tell you how to do it the right way. But they were fairly cool about it. Wrote me up, and of course, went up to Connecticut, Monroe County, and gave everybody in the courthouse $100. That's just kind of the way it works. You want to bam, bam. And you take a bunch of long wheelbase 10s, and
they tear you up.
Yeah, they tear you up.
I want to tell this story real quick since and Coach is Coach been gone I guess a little over a year now, and one of the fond stories I have of Coach is one getting towards the end of deer season, and it just wasn't going to do. A couple guys at work wanted Coach to go hunting with them. Just wasn't going to hear it. You got to go. So Coach reluctantly, he hunted over there in Coffeyville with all them, all those years, and he about like me with it. He wasn't as mad with them anymore as he used to be. He didn't care if he went, if he didn't go. It just didn't matter to him. Yeah. So he reluctantly goes, and he said they drop him off at the top of a hill, and they said, look, just walk down this hill and turn left in this road, and be a ladder stand right there, being a food plot. He said he walks down that road, and he gets down there, and when he turns down left and goes in that food plot, he said out in the middle of it, it looks like somebody had dumped 1,000 gold bars right dead in the middle of this food. He said it must have been 2 tons of corn right dead in the middle of this food plot, just dumped out of looked like a dump truck, he said. He said about that time, he hadn't climbed a tree ladder stand. About that time, he hears 2 doors close and people talking. So I want you to picture, he's got on an orange vest, had just put a dip of skull in. He hits the deck, low crawling on his belly, and crawls over into a bush and gets up inside this bush with an orange vest on. I ain't never thought about taking this orange vest off, right? But in the meantime, I had got a phone call from a guy we all know in the car business named Randy Ball. And Randy is a car dealer up in North Alabama, and he used to be a wholesaler. And Randy'd come around, he hunted stuff. And so Randy had gotten a car wreck years and years ago and had one of his arms amputated. So he shot, one-handed and all that kind of thing. So, of course, Frank was the one that happened to be one of those voices that was talking out there that day. So Frank had already got Randy. Randy was sitting in a shooting house on about 2 tons of corn, and he'd already got Randy. Well, Randy looked at Frank and said, I'm handicapped. He said, you going to write me a ticket? He said, let me ask you a question. He said, what do you do for a lease? I sell cars. He said, well, if I want to buy a car, you going to sell me a car? He said, yeah. He said, well, then you getting a ticket. So I get a phone call, right? And it's Randy. Randy says, hey, Ken. Yeah. He said, hey, can you call those guys and tell them I need somebody to come pick me up? I said, man, you just got put out. What's wrong? He said, well, I'm standing here with a guy named Frank Reed. I said, oh, okay. Yeah. I said, somebody will be out there to get you in just a minute. So that's back when everybody had those Southern Link phones.
Oh, yeah.
I pick up the Southern Link, beep, Frank, if you can hear me, get in the woods and hide. They all over you.
This is Coach Cotton.
Coach Cotton.
Yeah.
City councilman.
Yeah.
Coach Cotton, okay? By this time, he don't even respond. He don't make anything back. It took me like 8 or 10 times to say it. Finally, he says, "Okay." He went radio silent from that point forward. So it's 6 o'clock, 6:30. I jump in the truck and go out there to get him. And when he comes up out of them woods, he got in the back of that truck. He said, "I ain't never been so happy to see a diesel in all my life." He said, "I ain't going to lie to you." He said, "I sure thought y'all was fixing to leave me out here all night long." I said, "Well, if that game would have been sitting up here at the front of that gate up there, trust me, you would have been." I said, "Because what was we going to do?"
Yeah.
So after that, the funny part about that is after that, every time that Frank Reed came by the Ford store, Coach Cotton, I'm talking about up till a year and a half ago, he would go hide.
How about that?
Because he didn't want to get around Frank Reed because he was so worried Frank was going to bring that up. So I'm going to tell you something, man. That did we talk about this other day? I had read that hunting licenses were down so much that they are
y'all did. Y'all
that they're talking about trying to put that back where you can bait wide open in Alabama. What's your thoughts on that, Halsey? You've hunted all your life.
A food plot is an attractant.
Yeah, I mean,
clover is an attractant, and you're allowed to do that. People put stands on food plots because deer are attracted and come in to the food plot. I get it. I've got Mark Sasser's a friend of mine. He was a biologist, game biologist, and he says it ties into that. Was it hoof and mouth disease? Yeah. And if you don't do it right, if you pour it out in big piles, you've got coons and possums and everything else, and they'll defecate on it and can cause some problems with. And deer are social animals; they rub noses together and stuff, and they're just afraid of a spread of diseases. Why? But if you put it in a spreader, a hopper on the back of your tractor and scatter it, I don't see any difference between that and a food plot that's got crimson clover or ladino.
Same
clover
thing.
Or something.
Same thing. Yeah.
I understand they're trying to, or may have, in Alabama, outlawed. I guess that's the word. Scent, like
tinks,
yeah, because it's an attractant.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. If they're trying to get people in the woods, they sure don't need to do that.
No.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, you talk about shutting a state down with some tinks number 69, I'm going to tell you, I know some people that go to Montgomery and want to fight over that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know people that don't go hunting, even start a deer season without tinks out.
That's right.
And I don't even know why they got it out, but they do. I mean, I can understand if you're in Illinois or somewhere like that where the rut's already on. But I mean, for end of November, 1st of December around here.
Hey, there's always a hot chick out there somewhere that's.
I mean, you got that right, also. That's for sure. That is for sure. Did I see where Rod said that, or who said, yeah, congratulations, Roger Templeton finally got his license approved.
Yeah, congratulations, Roger.
How about that? We'll be drinking some wine down here on the air.
So he's open now?
Well, I don't know if he's open. He just said he got it approved. Okay. So
I saw his wife stirring a pot of, I guess you call it a pot, a barrel or whatever.
Yeah.
Some blueberry starter.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So that's good.
Good morning, Elisa. Good morning, Heather.
So what else is going on here? Let's see. I wish Abe Mate was in listening distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I mean, and that's the one thing that I've always heard what you brought up is the reason why they didn't want to do that was because of the disease and, things that spread and that kind of thing. And, I mean, but I'll say this too. Let's all be honest. If you got a couple 1,000-acre hunting camp, if you don't think the people on the north, south, east, and west of you,
your neighbors,
aren't doing it,
yeah,
you better wake up.
Yeah. We do not put corn out at the farm. Number one, all we'll do is attract hogs.
Yeah.
The deer wouldn't get to eat it anyhow, and hogs are just destructive. They don't just eat it. They're not grazers.
Oh, they're gonna tear up everything.
They tear the world up. So we don't bait. We'll take after season goes out and put in a muddy area off the side of a road or something. We'll put a feeder up, and then we will try to take care of the hog population. But we don't bait for deer.
I'll tell you what, that'd be a good one to have in here. Get Big Ed to come in here one morning and talk about that.
Yep.
That'd be a good one to have for sure. But anyway, so I want you to continue on some of these big words you were using the other day. People said that I was checking out the whole time you were doing that, but I wasn't. Here's what I was doing. I had put a bunch of files, and I couldn't find them. I went home and found them now, so I don't have to look for them anymore. But I couldn't find them. That's what I was searching for the other day. But I told DJ when you left, when I seen him later, I said, I don't know what Halsey was talking about, but I'm going to tell you something. He sounded like he knew what he was talking about. So,
well, yeah, believe it or not, some of those words did exist, didn't they, DJ?
Most of them did.
Yeah.
Most
I may have pronounced them wrong, but
Ketosynthesis, I couldn't find it.
Ashley
Ketosis.
Morris. Ashley Morris has done it again. DJ Stomping Grapes would be over the top.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Hey.
Hey, by the way, Ashley,
Ashley, I got to come see you in a little while too.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna flip on him, don't you?
I got to get you to do something for me.
Ashley, those plates came from Walmart, and they're in the Pioneer Woman section. That's my wife's hero, but that's where the plates come from. I posted a picture of some food last night, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
She liked the plates on, so that's where you can get those plates. But
did anybody else see anything crazy on Facebook last night, or was it just me?
I wasn't on it much last night.
I wasn't either. I mean, but every now and again, always something fun to watch going on there. Why is it everybody loves to watch a good train wreck? Is that why soap operas were so popular back in the day? Do you think?
I think so.
Because they were just train wrecks.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in it.
You know what my favorite thing to watch?
Uh-oh.
No.
Get the kill button ready. Just in case.
I was about to say, wait just a minute.
I'm going to try to read his lips formed up what he's fixing to say.
Yeah.
Kill it.
If you need to. Okay. I love to watch the videos of fat people falling down. The swing, the rope breaking on the swing and them tumbling into the. My wife says, "Are you watching those videos again?" I thought you said something else. You can't say that. Hey, all right, back on track. I'm here to help you with those fat people. So if I can pick up where I left off, we were talking about ketosis.
Yes.
You called it ketosynthesis. I'm not sure about that one. I'd have to Google that one. But ketosis is a state. You've got so many carbohydrates. Carbohydrates turn to glucose. I know you're going to check out on me, so I'm focusing on DJ over here.
Which is a byproduct of gluten.
No.
Glucose is sugar, right?
It's a sugar. It's a starch.
That's what I meant.
Okay, if you eat a potato,
Yeah.
it's a potato, but your body will convert it, the starches in it, into sugar because it needs that sugar for immediate energy. All right? Simple carbs are the easiest things that are converted to sugar, so it's the number one source of fuel for the body. So if you eat something that's high in carbs and or sugar, your body immediately uses that for energy.
So if I eat a potato, it's going to turn into sugar?
Yes, sir.
So I'd be better off just eating a donut and skipping the middleman.
No, you wouldn't be better off.
Okay.
Hercules.
If you're going to use the word better, we need to be moving forward, not hanging out treading water.
Okay.
So you have everybody, whatever we ate this morning, if there was sugar and or starches, carbohydrates in it, that's what your body immediately uses for just what we're doing right now, for activities, your brain function, your organ function. But your body also stores, y'all going to have to tell me what's being said here, but your body.
Hell, I don't know what's being said, so.
Lee Jordan said he thought I said Cheetosis.
That's great. So y'all don't go down that aisle. There's nothing good to eat on the Cheetosis aisle. So anyhow, so you got glucose in your blood. Just like a diabetic's checking their blood sugar, they're checking the glucose level. All right. So there's a plan. That's plan A for energy for the body, glucose in the bloodstream. There's a plan B, and that is jellied glucose called glycogen, and it's stored in the muscles and tissues around your organs and everything. So when you deplete, like let's say I'm going on a keto diet or I'm going to cut out carbs, you got about a day's worth of simple carbs in your bloodstream. When that's gone, your body goes to plan B, which is the stored glycogen in your body. And I guess that's in case you get stranded on an island for a day or two with no food. So After that's gone, you got about a day's worth of glycogen, depending on your size.
Will that cause orange fingers?
Yeah. Boy,
He's on point today.
after we get off there, I got a funny joke. Some Cheetos are involved.
Okay, we're off. Go ahead. Yeah, we're on a commercial break.
So after that, if you're not eating carbohydrates, sugar, starches, whatever you want to call them, the only other source of energy for your body to sustain itself is fat. It's a source of fuel. It's not the most readily accessible because what happens is your body, your liver produces ketones, and those ketones metabolize with fat to create energy for your body.
Derek Bray, bacon and eggs, baby.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. So,
I hear you,
but
Derek.
what happens in ketosis, so you go into this fat burning phase, is what you're doing. And it's actually a more level burn. Like if you eat those donuts, your sugar is going to spike. Well, that means your pancreas is going to start dumping more insulin. Well, if you have an overabundance of sugar, you have an overabundance of insulin, it's going to turn to fat. And that's why people get the way they get. It's always just a little decision every day that a year later, like, how'd I get like this? Well, it was that first donut, that started it. So ketosis is a good thing, but you can't just go on a meat diet. I mean, because there's very little vitamins and minerals and stuff like that in meat. And I mean, folks don't get it, but you don't need food to survive. You need the nutrition that's in food to survive. So you can supplement, you can drink, shakes or whatever. You don't have to have actual food. You just need the nutrients that come from the food. So that's ketosis. And it's a good thing. There's doctors that'll tell you, oh, that's not good. And some doctors say it is good. It's a more even burn. In other words, you don't have the highs and lows you do from a crazy high sugar diet. So, and it works. Ketosis works. And it's your body's natural way to rid itself of fat. So,
Is it something you endorse?
yeah, I do. As long as you're supplementing with some nutrition. I mean, you need to eat some broccoli. You need to eat some carrots, and you don't need to eat candied carrots. You know what I mean?
My candied bacon.
Or candy corn?
Candy corn, yeah.
It's a vegetable.
That's some horrible stuff right there. I've never had anything.
I ain't a big candy corn. That stuff.
Never liked it.
My wife that's like crack to her.
Yeah.
But I can't. Ugh.
Well, the what these drops do, and it's I'll plug them here for a second, and we can talk about whatever you want to after that. But they were never developed to be a weight loss product. They were developed to balance the body, because if with the diets that we have and the way we sleep and the alcohol we drink and the activities.
Look who just come in here.
It was
Chuck E. Cheese.
The Chuck.
There you go.
The Chuckster himself.
Oh, Chuck. So anyhow, these drops were meant to help balance the body. You've got organs. You got a thyroid, a hypothalamus, a pituitary. Even the pancreas is in that gland family.
Ross, they need some visual aids here.
Visual aids.
Halsey. Yeah.
I'll show you how it works here in a second. But this was designed to help balance those organs that secrete enzymes that help keep the body in balance. Because an imbalanced body makes good decisions. In other words, if your brain, it sends a good signal to your pancreas to deliver X amount of insulin because of what you just ate, it left your brain to your pancreas with a good signal. Well, if your body's out of balance, it might not get back to the brain with a good report. You see what I'm saying? So then the brain says, oh, well, I need to add some more insulin.
What would you think my reports would look like?
Not great. I mean, probably not. Have you ever had lab work done recently?
No.
5 years is not recent, by the way.
Yeah, probably 5 years ago.
Yeah, you did at some point last year. Remember, you had a little flare up of that medulla oblongata thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did they do full labs, check cholesterol, all that kind of stuff? Or they just?
Yeah, I mean, more times than not, my numbers are in line. They said that my weight was perfect if I was 6'9". It was
the basketball player BMI scale.
My blood was still red. Everything had a little glazed tint to it, but
smelled like a donut.
But besides that, everything was perfect.
That's what Derek Bray said a while ago. Talking about ketosis, losing weight, and not to be able to eat more donuts.
Yeah. Well, lab works can, and I'm not going to get in an argument with a doctor, but labs can be a little bit confusing. But I can tell you this: if you're eating garbage, and we all know pretty much what garbage is, if you're eating garbage and your lab works are still pretty good, your body's in overtime trying to keep it good, which is not a good thing. So that, if it's trying to keep your diet or your blood work in line, there's something else it's not doing because it can only do so much a day. So, I mean, there's really no good exchange for not practicing some form of health.
Derek Bray says the keto diet's the new cocaine and cigarettes diet. I'm not too sure. I mean, listen. I can't say it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying, I said this the other day when you were talking about this, but this just reminds me so much of what the military does.
It is.
I mean,
they knew the science back then.
Yeah, everything that you're describing and saying, talking about eating, meat, not just meat, but you had different fruits and vegetables and things, and you didn't get to eat all you wanted. You got to eat what they said you were supposed to eat. Three times a day, and then they got you up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you went in PT and all that kind of stuff before your body ever had a chance to get any. So you were burning fat.
Yep.
And they had all those classes on that stuff.
Right.
So when you were running that, after about 3 weeks, you're running 20 miles. Mm-hmm. About to die. They were telling you the whole time. Listen, you're burnt. And I know because when I graduated, I got out of basic training. I went in at about 235. Come out at 163. Yeah, which was way too small for this big James Mellon I got.
Road guard, won't they?
Oh, they will make you a road guard in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yep,
and ain't scared. I mean, for those of y'all don't know what that is, when you got a company marching or a battalion or whatever marching, you got people that has to go run and stop traffic up in the front and the back. And so these people have to run up and down that whole company.
They say, road guard out.
Road guard out.
And you had to haul britches to the intersection and hold traffic till the company or the troop walked through.
Yeah.
And then the road guard could fall in. And next intersection you'd come to, road guard out, and he'd haul butt up there. So you was running 5 miles a day, and the road guard's running 20 miles a day.
No, man, and that's a fact. And like I said, it just – the way that the military designed, like they had you designed, you were going to eat between 6 and 7:30.
Yeah.
And you were going to eat lunch at between 11 and 12:30, somewhere in there. And then the last meal of the day you were going to have was at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you weren't having anything else. That was it. Now, and like Jerry said the other day, y'all had to drink 2. They must have been bigger. We had to drink 4. I would call them,
Well, I was in the Air Force, so we didn't have it as hard as the Army.
Well, no, I'm saying we had to drink 4, but I would call it between a cup and a glass of water.
Yeah, 12 ounces.
We had to drink 4 of those things.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to tell you something, man. Putting down 4 glasses of water like that and then trying to eat on top of that, even if you are hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I don't care who you are. If you want to just drop weight, go drink you about 2 gallons of water a day. You'll quit eating anything. Will you not?
Well, I'm going to tell probably the most simple, most cost-effective way to start getting healthy again and lose some weight is just drink water. Just drink water.
Yep.
You're 70% water. Your brain's actually closer to 90% water, but you're 70% water. That water is a vehicle for a lot of things to take place. You can't flush out toxins and even fat cells. You can't flush that out unless you're hydrated. So drinking water is one of the, like I said, the easiest thing you can do. And to me, it's one of the hardest things for whatever. And I mean,
well, you know what's so hard about it?
Here,
what's so hard about it is
it ain't got sugar and tea.
For what I see people, what's so hard about it is especially once you get used to drinking a lot of water, is how many times you're having to go back and refill it all day long, unless you're going and buying bottled water, which is the same exact thing you're getting out of that tap.
That's right.
It may have a little different taste to it. That's only because they filtered it a little different.
Right.
But that's the only downside, because you get to drinking so much water that you just soon carry around a milk jug like DJ's got and just drink it out of that. That's because you drink so much of it every day.
Being healthy is forming new habits. And that takes practice is what it takes.
And they even tell you that, I don't know if they told you, they told us, listen, it is not unhealthy to have to go and use the restroom 10, 15 times a day when you're drinking that much water.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's, they actually say that's
but
good.
That's a healthy thing.
Well, that's what they said.
Expelling things.
They say you're cleansing your system.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So It's just amazing. How much was this guy that come up with all that? Was he military at all?
Did come up with this?
Yes.
No, he was a doctor. But he just actually went on a quest to actually he was a doctor of family. He was a type 2 diabetes specialist is what he was. His wife developed fibromyalgia, and nothing that traditional medicine offered fixed her.
Well, I mean, as much as you're into all this stuff now, are you amazed at how similar all this is to your military experience as far as they had it figured out back then?
The government was the one that came up with RDAs, which if you don't know, it's a recommended daily allowance.
Yeah.
All right. But here's what they do not teach. A recommended daily allowance, you know what that is? It was a study done back in around the Depression era time during the World War I or II, or World War I. That is the minimum amount of nutrition to keep a POW alive.
Yeah.
So when something says it's got 28% of your recommended daily allowance, well, it's got 20% of whatever's supposed to keep you alive if you're a POW, which is not enough.
Yeah.
So,
which means if you weigh 105 pounds, that might be 20% of it.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, an RDA is deceptive.
Yeah.
That's the minimum. What you want to look for is something that's got an optimal level, more than you need. If you eat too many donuts, you're going to get fat.
Can you?
Yes, you can. But if you take too many vitamins or minerals or whatever, your body's just going to expel what it doesn't need.
Well, see, that's what I was amazed at the military, because I was thinking, okay, they're going to have all this healthy food, all this stuff. I mean, what you're talking about is exactly what it was all balanced. I mean, sometimes you had fried food, sometimes you had baked, sometimes you had, broiled or grilled or whatever. But it was, I mean, the fact that you still had, sometimes there was French fries or sometimes there was fried chicken or what have you, they mixed it all up like that. And you were still just, now don't get me wrong, when you're doing 1,000 push-ups and 2,000 sit-ups a day and running 20 miles a day, you're going to lose weight. I don't care who you are. You go on that type of regimen 7 days a week, and I promise you in 30 days, you'll drop more than 35 pounds. You'll drop 50 pounds.
Well, like I said, I know we're running short on time here.
I love it. Listen, you can start doing this show. I'm going to just get up and out of the way, and you two can do this. Tell us about these drops, Halls. We got plenty of time.
What you do, again, they were developed to bring the body back in balance. Because if the body gets back in balance, one of the natural functions that your body does is when you start to take on excess fat, it's trying to get rid of it because it's not an organ. Fat's not an organ. You weren't born with it, and it doesn't have a function other than ketosis if you need to use it. So, but once you lose all your weight, you eat a balanced diet, like in the military, you don't get fat. You just burn what you eat every day. So the natural side effect to a balanced body is it's doing everything it can every day to get rid of excess fat, because fat, it has no function, and it's a place to store toxins, and your body don't want to store toxin and wants to flush them.
But it's also flushing good stuff as well, though, is it? I mean, isn't that why you supplement? Because you actually flush
things.
Things
Won't flush any good stuff. But
no, I'm talking about your body. I mean, your body's actually flushing.
Being depleting.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to lose vitamins and minerals
Right.
in the process of flushing out the bad stuff. That's why we're supposed to eat 3 balanced meals. Or you can eat more than that. You can eat all you want to eat if you'll eat the right stuff. These people that measure stuff, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but measuring and counting, you don't have to do. You just got to eat the right foods, and you can eat all you want. Donuts are not on the list. I got a list of food. Sorry, man.
I know one thing that also that we did. We got on a thing where we were eating 6 times a day, but we were eating small portions,
and that's fine.
And they claimed, and what we were counting. It's just they claim, and it did. It jump starts your metabolism and makes your metabolism start bam, bam, bam.
That's right.
Just getting with it.
Your diet has how you eat plays into where your metabolism rate sets.
That's right.
In this instruction book, it says to take these 3 times a day with your largest meals. It doesn't tell you to eat 3 meals a day. It says whatever your 3 large. If you sit down, if it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if those are your 3 largest ones, you take the drops then.
So if it's a grapefruit, you just, if that's one of your largest ones, take
it.
Yeah.
That's it. But you just put them, they're I'm going to use that big word again. They're sublingual. So you put it under your tongue and it's absorbed. So it's not doesn't pass through your digestive system.
Are you checking his definitions?
Check it out.
Yeah.
But you just put one set under there, before you eat, about 10 minutes before you eat. Put the second, which is a metabolism booster, has 10,000% of your RDA of vitamin B12. So many of us are B12 deficient at this age. It's a word.
Yep.
It's a word. Verified.
I tell you what else B12 does, or is it B complex? That's a not a drinker, but that's a good hangover.
You ain't kidding.
To not have a hangover.
Yeah, I was always good with B minuses.
You take that B complex before you start, and you're in good shape.
It helps tremendously.
It does. It does. It really
does.
Hey, so tell me this. I know the last time you were here, you were talking about, you and DJ were talking about you were going to challenge DJ to a challenge. I want to hear about that.
I'm going to make 2 challenges. All right. DJ's got, he and I discussed this. We'll drop a contract if necessary.
Hey, we're an ish company.
Hey, I don't think that's necessary.
We're an ish company.
Yeah.
We deal in handshakes.
Yeah. I'm good.
We handshakes and words around here. And winks.
At least taps under the table.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So
what is that, Halsey?
So we've got 18 days left in hunting season. DJ asked me to give him till the end of hunting season.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I'm good with that. So this is what we're going to do. DJ's set a weight that he wants to get to. He's got to lose, we're going to say 40 pounds?
Yeah, let's call it what it is, 38.
38 pounds. All right.
I like round numbers better. I say 40.
40.
40's better.
38. If we do get you 38, 40's.
But if you hit 38, we're going to have a party anyway.
So I'm gonna say if he'll do it right, he'll be there in 60 days. I'm
2
serious.
months.
Yeah, 2 months. And I'm gonna be your personal coach on this.
Okay.
For every pound that you lose, New Better You is going to donate $25 per pound if you hit your goal.
I have to get to my goal.
So we're going to say 40 pounds times 25 is $1,000.
It's 1,000 bones.
And we'll take that $1,000 and we'll let the people out there decide which.
Drive Time can say how to divide it up between what are your.
I was saying I love Edie Kelly's Paws Crossed.
Okay.
I think it's humanitarian.
Yep.
What she does, and they're always needing money. Because of family, my wife's dad, Billy Townsend. I'm fond of the Yancey Jernigan Foundation.
Sure.
And I love Backpack Buddies.
Absolutely.
So we could divide it
3 great
equally
ones.
amongst those 3.
Yeah, 3 great.
Can we have a fourth?
Yeah.
Carlisa's Place?
Yeah.
The restaurant?
Yeah, Drexel Honey Badger.
Yes. That would be awesome. That'd
Yes.
be great. And one other challenge. I'll do a challenge to anybody that watches this show. And I'll come up with a couple rules because you got to have some documentation on this. But we'll start a weight loss challenge right here. And really, I'm just trying to get you healthy. I've said this before. Skinny people die every day. It ain't about being skinny. It's about being healthy. But we'll do a 60-day challenge there. Weavers has offered to do a $300 gift certificate.
Wow.
To the winner because they're going to need some new clothes.
Absolutely.
I've talked to Mark at Anytime Fitness up there. He'll do a 6-month membership to the winner. And I'll get the company that I represent will put up $500 cash as well. So you're looking at another $1,000 first place prize package for anybody that watches you guys' show. And we'll come up with a couple rules and we can start, say, Monday after next.
That's awesome.
So we'll do that too.
Now, who's precluded from this contest? Anybody?
Nobody. I mean, if you don't have to. I'll say this.
Let me tell you this.
The bigger you are, the faster it falls off.
It's tough for me. I mean,
no, you're
it's a big
gonna
jacket.
spool through this, buddy.
Hey, Patches says he'll do it against DJ.
Okay.
Patches will lose again.
Okay.
Do we have the beginnings of another competition?
That's a documented
into the
that's a
Dash for
documented
Cash
challenge.
again. How does this happen to the same people twice? How does it happen? We had the same.
You're
thing.
in, Tony.
This is exactly what last year. David Jennings looked at me and said, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear that man was Cobra Kai. 3 nights later, I am on YouTube, and up pops a preview for Cobra Kai. And I text DJ, I said, are you sitting down? He said, I'm in the bed. It's 9 o'clock. I said, well, I'm glad. You're never going to believe what I just saw on YouTube. What? I told him, I'm going to send you a link. And I sent him a link. He sent me back, wow. I said, dude, don't say nothing else like that. That's scary. He did. He said that last time.
By the way, Tony, thank you so much. You actually donated the picture of DJ that I posted, that little spoof thing I did. If y'all hadn't seen it, you can go to my Facebook page. It was a picture. I didn't find any good pictures of you on your.
Well, there's a bunch out there.
Well, I said, well, I'm going to Tony because, I know he's got it. And there was a picture of you standing in a press booth looking down at the roster or something, and you were under some lights, and there was some light shining on you right there. And I just remembered I had previously seen the photo of Arnold Schwarzenegger's son doing that iconic pose, and the light was just right. I pulled up them 2 pictures. I said, Holly, can you do this? She said, absolutely. We even got him a little Clemson tattoo on his shoulder.
That was good.
But Tony donated that.
I'm shocked that he participated in that fashion and worked against me like that.
He had no knowledge. He had no knowledge.
Do you realize that when he comes to Bruton and stays with DJ, do you realize that both of these grown men go to a room and barricade themselves in there where they can't take pictures of one another as they sleep or do other things to them that they may want to do while they're sleeping?
I believe that.
Hey, we're going to eat at 6:15. I'll meet you there.
Hey. All right, we got to pause 10 seconds for station identification, and we got to get the heck out of here.
The only radio show that won't blame you for once having a really bad taste in music. In the 90s, every girl used to love bands like New Kids on the Block, Take That, Boyzone, 17, Caught in the Act, and the Backstreet Boys. So, how many of you boys like the Spice Girls? Girl power, my butt.
WBOSS Bossman Radio.
All right, man.
We done?
We're still on. We just got to go.
Oh.
We got to. We got time to roll.
I want to say one quick
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday, I bumped into Robbie Cotton.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the subject came up, but we started talking about Frank and his love for Miss Cotton. Mm-hmm. It was at Davis Supply, Tommy Thompson's little store down here. When I left there, I was teared up. Yeah. That was about I don't even know why I'm saying this now, but he had about the greatest love for his wife.
He did.
Anybody.
Hey, there's no doubt.
I told Robbie and I told my wife, I said, I want to love my wife as much as Frank loved.
Hey, he absolutely did, and he did that every day of his life.
Twice a day.
No, I'm saying he loved her all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a fact. So,
role model.
Thanks for coming by, Halsey.
Yeah, enjoyed
Appreciate
it.
it. Listen, you on? Can I put you down for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? Or
yeah, we'll do the Jackson 5 on Friday.
Yeah, and the Jackson 5. Well, yeah, we do Jackson 5 whenever. But yeah, we got to do
this. I can come anytime you guys want me to come. How about that?
Well, you may get
too quick.
Yeah, you may you may get put on the payroll. So
there you go.
Anyway,
tempting off.
Take it away, DJ.
It's been a great show. Appreciate everybody being in with us today. Wednesday, Hump Day. Make it a great one. Hope everybody's careful in and around the area. Weather conditions are going to be a little sloppy. Stay off the road if you can. If you have some time to waste tomorrow, get back in here with us, and we'll do it all over again.
See you guys.
Have a great day. Love y'all.